Rams Nation, hold on to your seats because the front office just pulled off a massive move that changes everything for our defense. We just locked in our newest defensive superstar with a massive contract restructure, and the implications for our roster are absolutely huge. Is this the missing piece for another Super Bowl run, or are we sacrificing our future for the present? You won't believe how this deal impacts our other core players heading into next season. Before I break down exactly what this means for our salary cap and our stars, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. The Los Angeles Rams have officially moved to secure the long-term future of their defensive powerhouse, Myles Garrett, finalizing a massive contract reconfiguration this Thursday. This significant development comes shortly after the team acquired the two-time Defensive Player of the Year from the Cleveland Browns, marking a definitive shift in the organization's roster strategy for the 2026 season. While initial reports circled around a potential new 5-year extension, NFL Media's Ian Rappaport clarified that the team and the star edge rusher opted for a structural rework of his existing deal rather than a completely new agreement. The reconfigured contract will pay Myles Garrett $204 million over the next 5 years, maintaining the same term and average annual value he was previously under in Cleveland. By adjusting the financials, the Rams have effectively locked in Myles Garrett through 2030, with additional option years extending through 2038 for salary cap management purposes. This move ensures that the defensive star remains in Los Angeles for the foreseeable future, providing stability to a defensive front that already saw the high-profile arrival of Trent McDuffie earlier this offseason. For a team clearly signaling a ram it mentality through aggressive personnel acquisition, securing a player of this caliber is a monumental step. Fans have been vocal about the high expectations surrounding this star-studded roster, and the decision to keep Myles Garrett anchored in the building demonstrates the organization's commitment to maximizing their current competitive window. With the financial framework now finalized, all eyes shift toward how this massive commitment influences the broader roster construction heading into the heart of the 2026 season. Why does this matter right now for the team? The decision to reconfigure the contract of Myles Garrett is a direct response to the escalating market for non-quarterbacks across the league. Players like Will Anderson, who recently set the standard with a deal averaging $50 million per year, have pushed the valuation of defensive stars to unprecedented heights. By restructuring, the Rams managed to increase the compensation for Myles Garrett in 2026, bumping his minimum pay from $31.5 million to approximately $37 million, while maintaining total long-term consistency. This adjustment involves turning various option bonuses into signing bonuses and reconfiguring workout incentives, a process that provides the organization with immediate tactical flexibility. The previous contract structure of Myles Garrett was notoriously team-friendly, featuring a backloaded cap hit of only $8.1 million for this year. By modifying these terms, the Rams are borrowing from future years to satisfy current roster demands, effectively investing heavily in the immediate impact of their star edge rusher. This matters significantly because it highlights how the front office is prioritizing established elite production over potential future savings. With Myles Garrett cemented into the defensive scheme, the Rams have effectively doubled down on a core philosophy of acquiring proven, transformative talent at the most critical positions on the field. The defense now features a high-ceiling combination of talent that was simply not possible before these trades. This strategic pivot sets a clear tone for the remainder of the year, as the franchise continues to absorb large financial obligations to ensure that their defensive presence remains the most formidable unit in the league during the 2026 campaign. The financial maneuverings involving Myles Garrett have brought the contractual status of other key contributors into sharper focus. With this massive deal now on the books, questions are surfacing regarding the future of foundational pieces like Puka Nacua, Byron Young, Kobe Turner, and Steve Avila. According to Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, the current organizational stance indicates that extensions for these players are not considered imminent this summer. This is particularly relevant for Byron Young, whose projected market value of $30 million per year presents a difficult logistical challenge for the team. With Myles Garrett carrying such a substantial portion of the salary cap, the financial space to retain other high-cost performers is visibly shrinking. The decision to prioritize Myles Garrett suggests that the Rams are operating with a clear hierarchy of needs, favoring the immediate, game-altering presence of a two-time Defensive Player of the Year over the simultaneous extension of several developing core players. While this might invite speculation about the long-term outlook for the roster, the reality remains that the team has chosen to commit its resources to the highest level of defensive dominance currently available in the NFL. The organization appears comfortable with the current composition of the depth chart, choosing to hold off on long-term commitments for the younger wave of talent. This creates a high-stakes environment where the performance of Puka Nacua and the rest of the youthful core will be monitored closely throughout the 2026 season without the security of new deals. The trade for Myles Garrett and the subsequent contract restructuring signify that the team is ready to bear the weight of these major financial commitments to win right now. Beyond the immediate salary cap implications, the reworking of the contract for Myles Garrett reveals how the Rams are navigating the complexities of the modern NFL financial landscape. The deal structure, which pushes his 2026 compensation to $37 million, was facilitated by converting various performance-based and workout-related clauses into more immediate signing bonuses. This is a common tactic used by franchises to move money around to satisfy player demands while staying within the regulatory confines of the league's collective bargaining agreement. By reconfiguring the deal, the Rams have successfully avoided a messy long-term negotiation while simultaneously ensuring that Myles Garrett is satisfied with his current standing. This creates a direct benefit for the team, as it keeps their primary defensive disruptor focused solely on his on-field assignments. The integration of Myles Garrett into the defensive unit has been the primary focus of the offseason, and this finalized contract structure removes any potential distraction that might have stemmed from a lingering contract dispute. Having already secured Trent McDuffie with a new deal earlier, the front office is proving that it is willing to use all available financial tools to maintain the integrity of its defensive investment. This stability is crucial for a group that is expected to perform at an elite level starting in the opening week. The team is not just betting on the talent of Myles Garrett. They are actively shaping their entire 2026 financial philosophy around his presence. As the season approaches, the focus moves from the administrative work of the front office back to the gridiron, where the performance of this defensive unit will ultimately determine the success of this high-profile, high-cost strategy that the Rams have adopted. As the dust settles on the contract reconfiguration, the landscape for the 2026 Los Angeles Rams is defined by the heavy investment in Myles Garrett. The team has made a conscious decision to leverage its future flexibility to secure the most disruptive force in the league today. This narrative of bold, aggressive roster building is now fully realized as the team transitions into the preseason phase with their star edge rusher fully committed. While the lack of immediate extensions for rising stars like Puka Nacua and Kobe Turner creates a complex secondary storyline, the primary focus for the organization remains the total output of the defensive front. The arrival of Myles Garrett, now backed by a restructured $204 million commitment, shifts the expectations for the defense to a championship-caliber baseline. There are no longer any hurdles remaining in the contract process, allowing the coaching staff to implement their defensive schemes with the full participation of their marquee player. The investment strategy is transparent. The Rams are funneling their resources into elite, top-tier talent, hoping that this concentration of star power will produce the specific results required to compete for a title. Fans of the team have embraced this path, recognizing that the Ramit approach requires total commitment to the best available players. Every decision, from the initial trade for Myles Garrett to the finalization of his salary structure, points to a singular goal for the franchise. The stage is set for a high-pressure 2026 season, where the performance of this star-studded defense will be under constant scrutiny. All the necessary financial infrastructure is in place, and the team is now ready to begin its quest with their defensive leader fully locked in and ready to contribute to the cause.